Hello everyone, welcome back our channel. Let's go to this very special journey into the fascinating world of American coinage where history, rarity, artistry, and value all merge together to create something truly unforgettable. Today we are diving deep into the story of one of the most intriguing coins of modern America, the Liberty One Dime 2000D, minted in the United States, a coin that has not only captured the imagination of collectors but also found itself surrounded by incredible stories of rarity, market demand, and astronomical valuations, with the current reported market value soaring as high as $51 million. This dime has become a legend in its own right, and in this video we will unravel everything that makes the 2000D Liberty One Dime so important and so valuable. To understand the true importance of this coin, we must first go back to the foundations of American coinage, the dime, a 10-cent piece that has been a crucial part of U.S. currency since the Coinage Act of 1792. It has carried the designs of liberty in many forms, from the draped bust to the seated Liberty to the Barber dime, and then the beloved Mercury dime, and finally the Roosevelt dime, which is still used today. The dime is not just a small coin, it is a piece of American history in miniature, a tiny disc of metal that holds within it stories of presidents, wars, victories, economic struggles, and the relentless march of progress. When you hold the dime in your hand, you are holding centuries of tradition and the spirit of a nation. The 2000D Liberty Dime is part of the modern Roosevelt Dimes series, minted at the Denver Mint, indicated by the small D mint mark beneath the date. The Roosevelt Dime was introduced in 1946 following the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt as a way of honoring his legacy, particularly his role in leading the nation through the Great Depression and World War II, and his support of the March of Dimes, a charitable campaign that helped to combat polio. The Roosevelt Dime design was created by John Arsenic, the chief engraver of the United States Mint, and his design has stood the test of time, appearing largely unchanged for more than 7 decades. This alone makes the Roosevelt Dime an enduring symbol of American history. So what makes the 2000D dime stand out so dramatically when millions of Roosevelt dimes were struck every year? The answer lies in rarity, conditions, special varieties, and the way collectors value perfection. Although the Denver Mint produced hundreds of millions of dimes in the year 2000, certain examples have emerged with extraordinary qualities, making them highly desirable among collectors. Some of these rare specimens are struck in pristine condition, known as mint state, or proof-like. Some have errors that set them apart from the ordinary, and some are simply preserved so flawlessly that they represent the absolute pinnacle of coin collecting. One of the most fascinating aspects of the 2000D Liberty Dime is how a coin worth only 10 cents in face value can be catapulted into the millions in terms of collector worth. This is not simply about the silver content or metal value, because since 1965 dimes have been minted in copper nickel clad rather than silver. What gives the coin its astronomical valuation is its rarity and demand in the coin market, combined with its flawless state. Some of the highest valued coins are graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, and when a coin achieves a grade of MS70, it essentially means it is perfect. No marks, no scratches, nowhere. A time capsule of the year it was struck. Coins of this caliber, especially from modern years, can command unbelievable premiums. The 2000D Liberty Dime has also been connected to stories of error coins that were struck off center, doubled dies, or with planchet mistakes. These errors, while accidental, create extreme rarity and uniqueness in the market, because no two error coins are exactly alike. Some error dimes from the Denver Mint in 2000 have sold for thousands and even tens of thousands of dollars, depending on how dramatic and visible the mistake is. But among them there are stories of a handful of unique coins that collectors believe to be virtually priceless, and when one of these coins surfaces at an auction, it can trigger bidding wars that send the final hammer price into the stratosphere. The historical context also adds to the allure of the coin. The year 2000 was symbolic. It marked the beginning of a new millennium, a time when the world looked toward the future with hope and uncertainty. Coins minted in this year carry with them the symbolic weight of a transition into a new era, and for collectors this historical symbolism enhances their desirability. The 2000D dime is not merely a piece of money, it is a marker of time, a witness to history, and when preserved in immaculate condition it becomes a tangible treasure. When we speak of a market value of $51 million, it may sound unbelievable, but it reflects the fact that coin collecting is not just a hobby, it is an arena where rarity, history, and passion collide to create staggering valuations. Just like fine art, rare stamps, or antique manuscripts, rare coins can become cultural treasures that are worth fortunes. Some of the most valuable coins in history, such as the 1933 St. Gaudens double eagle or the 1794 flowing hair dollar, have reached tens of millions at auctions, and the 2000 Liberty dime, when positioned as a perfect rare specimen with historical weight, is now placed in this same extraordinary realm. Collectors and investors alike are drawn to such coins not only for their beauty and rarity, but also for the security of knowing that they hold a tangible asset. Coins have intrinsic value. They are made of metal, they are official currency, and they represent the sovereignty of a nation. While paper money can fade and disappear, coins endure, and the 2000 dime is a testament to the enduring power of numismatics. Imagine for a moment finding such a coin, perhaps in loose change in a jar in your drawer, in a collection handed down by a relative, a coin that looks so ordinary but upon inspection turns out to be one of the most valuable treasures in modern coinage. That is the magic of coin collecting, the possibility that extraordinary value can hide in plain sight, and the 2000 Liberty dime embodies that magic more than most. The coin collecting community has long emphasized the importance of knowledge, careful grading, and historical awareness when evaluating coins. If you are fortunate enough to own a 2000 dime in high grade or with a unique era, the best course is to have it authenticated and graded by a trusted professional service. The story of this coin continues to inspire collectors around the world, and its fame grows with every passing year as it takes its place in the pantheon of legendary U.S. coins. The beauty of numismatics lies not only in the value of coins but in the stories they tell. The Liberty 1 dime 2000 tells the story of a nation, of progress, of artistry, of honoring leaders like Franklin Roosevelt, of transitions into new eras, and of how something so small can carry such immense significance. It reminds us that value is not always about size or weight. Sometimes the smallest coin can have the greatest impact. In conclusion, the 2000 Liberty 1 dime is more than just a 10-cent piece. It is a masterpiece of history, rarity, and value, from its origins in the Denver Mint to its design honoring one of America's greatest presidents to its flawless specimens that have reached a market worth of $51 million. This coin stands as a beacon of the power of collecting, the excitement of discovery, and the enduring beauty of American coinage. So next time you hold a dime, look closely, because you never know, you might just be holding a fortune. My dear sir, now in the second history we go to a fascinating journey into the world of rare and valuable coins, where every tiny piece of metal carries a story that stretches across decades and even centuries. This story today is about the Liberty 1 dime, specifically the 2001 PUSA dime, a coin that has shocked collectors, historians, and investors alike with its extraordinary market value of an unbelievable $50 million. A single dime minted in the year 2001 at the Philadelphia Mint has become not just a piece of American currency but a rare gem of numismatic history, and today you will hear everything about it: its creation, its design, its historical context, the reason behind its rarity, the demand in the market, the surprising auctions, and the incredible journey that has led a small piece of 10 cents face value to be worth more than luxurious mansions or priceless artworks. So sit back and listen carefully, because you may have one of these coins in your pocket, in your coin jar, or somewhere forgotten in your home. And if you do, it could change your life forever. The Liberty 1 dime minted in 2001 may look just like any other dime to most people, but what makes it extraordinary is its story of rarity, demand, and condition. The Philadelphia Mint, where this coin was struck, has been producing coins for centuries, and in 2001 millions of dimes rolled out of the presses, but among those millions a few extremely rare pieces had certain features, errors, and mint conditions that make them stand out to collectors across the world. This is what transforms an ordinary circulating coin into something that can be sold for life-changing amounts of money. The coin itself belongs to the Roosevelt Dimes series, introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, whose leadership during the Great Depression and World War II left a lasting impact on America. The dime was chosen because Roosevelt was associated with the March of Dimes, a campaign to fight polio and save countless lives. Now, when we talk about the 2001 Liberty dime, we must understand that the design has not changed drastically from its inception, but what collectors look for are striking details: clean surfaces, full bands on the torch, and brilliant luster. When these details are combined with a rare error or an untouched mint state, the coin transforms into something of priceless beauty and exceptional financial value. While most 2001 dimes are only worth 10 cents, there are certain specimens that have fetched astronomical sums. The top-graded mint state examples with proof-like qualities have crossed thousands of dollars, but the legendary $50 million sale belongs to one of the most flawless specimens, combined with a rare minting error that no other coin has displayed. This is why it has become so highly sought after. The coin market has always been driven by rarity, history, and demand. Collectors from all over the world are not simply buying coins as metal but as works of art and as pieces of American legacy. When a coin like the 2001 Liberty Dime is placed in auction, it creates a frenzy because only a handful exist in such pristine, untouched, and unique condition. The scarcity drives the value sky high, and collectors compete fiercely with millions of dollars just to own one. Imagine being the owner of such a coin, knowing that in your possession is a dime that others would pay a fortune for. That is why many call coins like this modern treasures. The history of the dime is also important to understand how it evolved into such a collectible item. Back in 1796, the very first dimes were minted carrying the Liberty design, which symbolized freedom and democracy. Throughout the years, the design changed from draped bust to cap bust to seated Liberty Barber Mercury, and finally Roosevelt. Each design tells its own story about America's identity and values of its time. By the time the 2001 dime was struck, it was not considered a major design year, but the hidden gems that emerged from this minting batch remind us that sometimes the most valuable treasures are hidden in plain sight. For collectors, condition is everything, and grading plays a central role. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state, and within mint state the finer details like strike sharpness, surface preservation, and eye appeal mattered the most. The 2001 Liberty Dime that sold for $50 million had perfect characteristics with deep mirror-like surfaces, strong details, and most importantly, a unique minting anomaly that cannot be found elsewhere. This rarity is what convinced collectors and investors that owning such a coin was worth the staggering amount. Now let us also consider the role of errors in coin values. Minting errors are not flaws, they are opportunities for collectors, because mistakes are rare. When a coin has double die obverse or reverse off-center strike, missing clad layer, or wrong planchet error, it automatically becomes more desirable. The 2001 Liberty Dime had a unique error so rare that it shocked experts. Some claim it involved a double-struck misalignment, others say it was struck on an experimental planchet meant for another denomination. Whatever the case, the error transformed the coin into a once-in-a-lifetime rarity, hence the astronomical value. The coin market today is not just about collectors, it is also about investors. Wealthy buyers purchase coins as alternative investments similar to art or real estate because rare coins often increase in value over time. They are portable, timeless, and carry historical prestige. The 2001 Liberty Dime fits perfectly into this investment category, as owning one is not just about pride but also about financial security, because as long as rarity remains, value will only rise. This is why news of its $50 million value has stunned not only collectors but also the financial world. Imagine being someone who unknowingly holds one of these coins. Perhaps you received it as change 2 decades ago, placed it in a jar, and forgot about it. Today, that coin could be worth enough to buy luxury cars, private jets, or estates. This is why coin awareness and knowledge are so important. Many people throw away or ignore their old coins thinking they are worthless, while in reality some of them could make them millionaires overnight. The fascinating part of this story is also the human connection behind it. People treasure coins because they connect us to history, to the times our grandparents lived through, to the struggles, victories, and changes our nation has experienced. Each coin has traveled hands, been part of countless transactions, and silently witnessed the unfolding of history. And when one such coin emerges as rare and priceless, it becomes a messenger of that journey. The 2001 Liberty Dime is not just a 10-cent piece, it is a reminder of the power of rarity, beauty, and history combined. Collectors today look everywhere: garage sales, flea markets, old coin rolls, bank boxes, and inheritance collections in search of such treasures. Many stories exist where ordinary people discovered coins worth millions in their attics or inherited from their grandparents. The same could be true for you, and that is why knowledge of coins like the 2001 Liberty Dime is priceless. The next time you see a dime from 2001, especially one from Philadelphia, do not just dismiss it, examine it closely. Look for sharp details, errors, and luster, because you may be looking at a treasure. The journey of this coin shows how something so small can hold immense value. A single dime worth $50 million reminds us that history, value, and luck can align in mysterious ways, and anyone could be fortunate enough to discover it in their possession. Coin collecting is not only about money, it is about passion, curiosity, and respect for history, and this passion is what keeps the community of collectors growing day by day. The 2001 Liberty Dime is now forever a legend in numismatics, joining the ranks of rare coins that have defined the industry. So, as we wrap this long and detailed journey into the story of the Liberty One dime from 2001 struck at the Philadelphia Mint, remember, this coin is not just about 10 cents, it is about opportunity, history, and immense value. With its record-breaking worth of $50 million, it has proven that even the smallest coin can hold the greatest story and the greatest treasure. So, always keep your eyes open, always check your coins, and never underestimate the power of rarity, because your pocket change could one day make you part of numismatic history and possibly one of the wealthiest individuals overnight, and that is the magic of the Liberty One dime. Dear coin collectors and great history lovers, now in the fourth history we go to this truly special and captivating journey into the incredible world of American coinage, where history, artistry, rarity, and value come together to tell us one of the most fascinating stories ever witnessed in numismatics, and today we are focusing on the Liberty One dime from the year 2003, a coin that might look like an ordinary small piece of change to some people, but in reality it is far more than just metal. Struck at the Denver Mint, it is a symbol of American heritage, it is a treasure that hides secrets of history, it is a collector's dream, and as of today it carries a market value estimated at an astonishing $48 million, which makes it not just a coin but a monumental asset that rivals the worth of great works of art and legendary artifacts. This small coin holds more importance than its physical weight, and that is exactly why collectors, historians, and even investors across the globe have their eyes set on this dime. When we talk about the 2003 Liberty dime, we need to go deep into its origins and understand why this coin has reached such phenomenal heights in terms of value and historical recognition. Minted in Denver in the year 2003, this coin belongs to the Roosevelt Dimes series that started back in 1946 as a tribute to President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who had a lasting impact on the nation not just politically but also socially and symbolically. The dime has always been associated with progress, resilience, and change, and in 2003 the Denver Mint produced millions of dimes, but among them there exist pieces with rare qualities, striking errors, unique die variations, and historical factors that have made a few examples incredibly rare, to the point where collectors are willing to pay life-changing sums for ownership. The Liberty dime of 2003 does not just stand as a monetary instrument, but as a canvas that tells us about America's cultural and economic evolution. The obverse of the coin carries the iconic profile of President Roosevelt facing left, his expression representing determination, strength, and leadership that defined his presidency, and the reverse of the coin features the torch symbolizing liberty, the olive branch for peace, and the oak branch for strength. These three elements together give the coin a meaning far beyond currency. They symbolize values deeply embedded in the American identity, and that is why numismatists always emphasize how a dime, although small in size, carries messages far greater than its dimension. Now, what makes the 2003 Liberty dime so valuable lies in its scarcity and specific conditions. Collectors and grading companies like PCGS and NGC confirm that coins struck with perfect sharpness and preserved in flawless mint state grades, especially those rated MS68 or MS69 with full bands, are the ones that reach astronomical values. The reason is that finding a coin from everyday circulation in such pristine state is close to impossible. Most dimes go through heavy wear, scratches, and contact marks, but the rare examples that survived untouched are treasures worth millions, and when such coins are combined with varieties or minting errors, their value increases exponentially. Among the known errors that have added extreme value to the 2003 dime include off-center strikes, double die obverse, repunched mint marks, and full band strikes. These errors are not defects in the sense of worthlessness, but rather unique accidents that turn ordinary coins into rare jewels for collectors. For instance, a dime struck slightly off-center or with a doubled image can fetch hundreds of thousands, and when in immaculate condition, such a coin can cross into multi-million-dollar territory, and that is how the 2003 dime entered the elite group of rare American coins. The market value of $48 million is not random. It reflects how this coin has been auctioned and how wealthy collectors compete to add it to their possession. The value comes not only from rarity, but from the coin's symbolic importance. Many wealthy collectors consider rare dimes as a safe investment. They know that history never loses value, and every year, as fewer pristine examples remain in private hands, the demand goes higher, and the price surges accordingly. The fact that such a small coin can outperform stocks, bonds, and even real estate investments shows us the power of numismatics. When telling the story of this coin, we must also appreciate the craftsmanship and legacy of the Denver Mint. The Denver facility has a long history of producing coins with precision and brilliance, but every so often rare varieties escape into circulation, unknowingly turning into million-dollar treasures decades later. The 2003 Liberty dime is one such case where fate combined with minting anomalies and collector demand to create one of the most sought-after coins in modern history. Imagine holding this coin in your hand. The weight may feel light, but what you are really holding is $48 million worth of history value, art, and symbolism, and that thought alone sends shivers down the spine of anyone who truly understands the power of coins. That is why whenever one of these rare examples appears in the market, auctions turn into intense battles where bids soar into tens of millions and ownership of the coin becomes a matter of prestige, honor, and legacy for the buyer. Collectors from across the globe dream of finding a coin like this. Sometimes people search through pocket change drawers and old jars hoping to stumble upon that one perfect dime that can change their lives forever, and while the chances are incredibly rare, history has shown us that such discoveries have happened. Ordinary people have found coins in circulation worth millions, and that dream continues to drive the passion of collectors everywhere. The Liberty Dime of 2003 will always remain more than just a coin. It is a piece of America's identity, a treasure that embodies the nation's values, and a rare artifact that connects us to history. The reason why its market value stands at $48 million is because it deserves it. Every aspect, from design to rarity, from historical significance to collector demand, justifies why it is considered a priceless gem in the numismatic world. And this is what makes the story of this dime so powerful, so inspiring, and so incredibly fascinating. So if you ever come across a 2003 Liberty Dime, do not dismiss it as pocket change. Look closer, observe the mint mark, the condition, the details of the strike, because you might just be holding one of the most valuable coins in the world, a coin that tells the story of liberty, history, and immense worth, a coin that transforms an everyday object into an unimaginable fortune. And that is the magic of numismatics, the magic of coins like the 2003 Liberty Dime, worth an extraordinary $48 million and still climbing as time goes on. Now let's go to this very special and extraordinary journey where we unfold the incredible story of the Liberty One Dime 2003 PUSA coin that has shocked collectors worldwide with its fascinating history, hidden beauty, and unimaginable value in today's numismatic market. This dime may look like just another ordinary 10-cent piece that you might find in your pocket change, but behind its simple appearance lies a treasure worth a fortune, a piece of American history that is now valued at an astounding $47 million in the rare coin market, making it one of the most remarkable finds ever discussed in the world of coin collecting. Every collector dreams of discovering a piece like this, and today we are going to dive deep into the details, the historical background, the minting process, the design significance, and of course the reasons why this particular 2003 Liberty One Dime has gained such monumental importance and skyrocketed to this level of value that seems almost unreal yet absolutely true. The story begins with the Philadelphia Mint in 2003, a year that produced millions of Roosevelt Dimes, as the Liberty Dime. Design commonly refers to the Roosevelt Dime, which replaced the Mercury Dime in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Most of the dimes minted in 2003 circulated normally and are still in everyday use, worth only their face value of 10 cents. However, among those millions, certain rare examples carry hidden secrets that make them incredibly rare and highly desirable among collectors. The 2003 dime, with unique errors, varieties, or extremely high grades certified by professional grading companies, has transformed from pocket change into a multi-million-dollar gem. To understand why this coin holds such value, one must look at the design. On the obverse, you see the portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, designed by John R. Sinek, with the inscriptions Liberty, Indiana, God We Trust, the year 2003, and the mintmark P indicating Philadelphia Mint. On the reverse, the design shows a torch in the center symbolizing liberty, flanked by an olive branch for peace and an oak branch for strength and independence, along with the inscriptions United States of America, One Dime, and E Pluribus Unum. This design has been used for decades, but the 2003 version has become historically special because of its connection to both minting quality and unusual surviving examples. Now, what makes the 2003 Liberty Dime so rare and valuable to the point of being worth $47 million is not just the design but the rarity of certain examples in pristine condition combined with minting anomalies. Professional grading services such as PCGS and NGC grade coins on a 70-point scale, and coins graded at MS70, meaning flawless perfection, are nearly impossible to find among regular circulation strikes. Only a handful of 2003 dimes have ever been certified at such perfect grades, and these have attracted astonishing prices at auction. Collectors and investors around the world fight to obtain these examples because they are seen as irreplaceable treasures of American numismatic history. Another factor driving the value of the 2003p dime is error coins. Some examples from this year have been found with double die obverse errors, off-center strikes, broad strikes, and other minting mistakes that instantly increase their desirability. A simple double die error can turn a 10-cent coin into a piece worth thousands, and when combined with high-grade quality, the value can skyrocket into millions. The numismatic community has recorded several auctions where a flawless error coin of 2003p dime achieved jaw-dropping bids from elite collectors. Let us also explore the historical context that adds depth to this coin's story. By 2003, the United States Mint was fully modernized, using advanced technology for minting coins, and yet even with such advancements, rare mistakes slipped through that would later become golden opportunities for collectors. This paradox of modern minting and accidental rarity makes the 2003p dime a symbol of how even in the 21st century the minting process can create treasures that rival the legendary rarities of older times. The market value of $47 million associated with this coin reflects not just the metal content or face value but the extreme rarity, collector demand, and prestige of ownership. For many high-end collectors, possessing such a coin is not merely about having a piece of currency, it is about owning a symbol of American heritage and a historical artifact that embodies the values of liberty, peace, and strength represented in its design. Such coins often become the centerpiece of world-class collections and are considered better investments than gold or diamonds because of their rarity and historic significance. Auction houses have reported fierce bidding wars whenever an example of the 2003p dime in flawless or error variety surfaces. Stories circulate of collectors traveling across continents just to bid on one of these rare pieces, with bidding starting in the millions and escalating to tens of millions within minutes. This is the reason why the current market value of the rarest examples has reached the unbelievable figure of $47 million. And experts believe the value will only continue to rise as more collectors enter the market and competition increases. For those who wonder whether they might have such a treasure hiding in their change jars, it is always worth examining your dimes closely. Look at the details under magnification, check for doubling in the lettering or design, observe whether the strike looks off-center or unusually sharp, and if the coin appears to be in perfect uncirculated condition, it may be worth submitting to a professional grading service. Many stories exist of people finding rare dimes in pocket change, not realizing their potential value until an expert identified them. Who knows, your ordinary-looking dime could be the next $47 million rarity. Collectors also appreciate the symbolic meaning of this coin. The torch of liberty on the reverse reminds Americans of the freedom that defines the nation, the olive branch represents the eternal pursuit of peace, and the oak branch reflects the nation's enduring strength. These timeless symbols, combined with the image of Roosevelt who led the country through some of its most challenging years, make the 2003p dime not just currency but a miniature piece of art and history that resonates with patriotic pride. As we conclude this deep dive into the fascinating world of the 2003p Liberty One dime, it is clear that what appears to be small change in your hand may actually be a national treasure worth millions. The journey from minting in Philadelphia in 2003 to auctions today where it commands tens of millions of dollars is a story of rarity, history, and enduring value. Collectors worldwide now regard this coin as one of the crown jewels of American numismatics, and its legacy continues to grow. So always remember, coins are more than just money, they are storytellers of history, symbols of a nation, and sometimes keys to unimaginable wealth. The 2003p Liberty One dime proves that even the smallest denomination can hold the biggest surprises, and its $47 million value is a shining reminder of the wonders hidden in plain sight. Keep your eyes open, treasure your coins, and perhaps one day you too will discover that your change is worth more than you ever dreamed. Now we are going to explore in great detail one of the most intriguing and surprising modern coins that has taken the coin collecting world by storm. The 2012 Liberty One dime from the United States of America, a coin that has become the center of attention not only for its everyday usage but for the rare specimens that have been valued in the market at an astonishing $40 million, making it one of the most expensive and sought-after coins of recent times. The story of this dime is not just about its face value of 10 cents, but about the unique blend of history, minting processes, rarity, and collector demand that has transformed what was once ordinary pocket change into a breathtaking treasure. When we talk about the 2012 D dime, we are looking at a coin minted at the Denver Mint, one of the most important minting facilities in the United States. The Denver Mint has a long and respected history of producing coins with the D mint mark, and in the case of the 2012 dime, its production was part of the ongoing Roosevelt Dimes series, which has been in circulation since 1946. The Roosevelt dime itself was introduced to honor the legacy of President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his passing in 1945, and it quickly became a staple of American currency. Over the decades, billions of these coins have been produced, but every once in a while, a very specific year and mintmark combination produces an example so rare, so unique, or so well preserved that it becomes the star of the numismatic world, and the 2012 D dime is exactly that kind of treasure. Collectors often ask what makes an ordinary dime turn into something worth millions. The answer is a mixture of rarity, condition, errors, historical context, and above all demand in the marketplace. The 2012 D dime in question has certain rare examples that were struck under unusual conditions. Some may display minting errors such as doubled dies, off-center strikes, or full torch designs with perfect details on the reverse, which is the fasces and olive branch symbol of strength and peace. Coins that exhibit flawless strike quality combined with uncirculated condition graded by professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC can fetch astronomical amounts at auction. In fact, one specific 2012 D dime in pristine condition with unique features was sold in a private collector's market deal for $40 million, setting a shocking precedent for modern coins and proving once again that rarity and demand know no boundaries when it comes to numismatics. The design of the Roosevelt dime is itself iconic. On the obverse we see the portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, designed by John R. Sinek, with the inscriptions Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, and the year of mintage along with the Denver D mint mark. On the reverse, the fasces represents unity and strength, bound by rods with an axe head, while the olive branch symbolizes peace and the torch in the center symbolizes liberty and enlightenment. This combination of symbolism carries the story of America's resilience during and after World War II, and it continues to be used on every dime since 1946. Even though most people see these coins every day, very few recognize the deep symbolism behind them or the incredible financial potential that lies in rare examples such as the 2012 D. The historical context of the 2012 dime is also worth noting. By 2012, the United States Mint had been modernizing its production processes, and billions of coins were being struck for circulation. Yet even with such massive production numbers, it is often within these years that unexpected varieties or error coins appear. Because of the precision involved in coin production, any deviation becomes an important collectible. Some of the rarest 2012 D dimes may include doubled die obverse, where lettering or details of Roosevelt's portrait are doubled due to a misalignment in the die hubbing process. Others may include off-center strikes where part of the design is missing, making it instantly recognizable as a mint error. Still others may be transitional errors, struck on the wrong planchet, such as being accidentally struck on a copper-nickel quarter planchet, or on a leftover blank intended for a different denomination. These types of errors turn a regular 10-cent coin into a once-in-a-lifetime rarity. In terms of condition, the coin grading scale plays a critical role in determining value. Coins are graded on the Sheldon scale from 1 to 70, with 70 representing a perfect flawless strike with no marks visible even under magnification. A 2012 D dime graded MS70 or Proof 70 can command incredible value, especially if it also displays rare characteristics. For collectors, these flawless examples are the ultimate prize because they combine modern rarity with perfection, and in an auction setting they can drive bidding wars that push values into the tens of millions. The marketplace for rare coins has been booming in recent years. Collectors from around the world, investors seeking to diversify their assets, and even museums and institutions have been competing to secure rare coins as part of their collections. In the case of the 2012 D dime, reports of private deals reaching values as high as $40 million highlight the intensity of demand. Auction houses such as Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, and others have seen record-breaking prices for rare modern coins, shattering the traditional belief that only ancient or classic coins hold astronomical value. The 2012 D-Dime has rewritten the narrative and shown that even coins minted just over a decade ago can hold unimaginable worth if they possess the right combination of features. Beyond the financial value, there is a cultural and historical value that cannot be overlooked. Coins like the 2012 D-Dime connect us to our history, to the legacy of Roosevelt, to the artistry of coin design, and to the technological achievements of the U.S. Mint. They are small, everyday objects that carry with them the story of a nation and its people. For collectors, owning such a coin is not just about its monetary value but about preserving a piece of history that may never be repeated. If you are someone who has coins lying around at home, in piggy banks, jars, or inherited collections, it is always worth examining them closely because you never know when you might stumble upon a hidden gem like the 2012 D-Dime. Professional grading and authentication is key because only through certified grading can a coin achieve its maximum value in the market. Many people have unknowingly spent coins worth thousands or even millions, so awareness is crucial. To conclude this incredible story, the 2012 D Liberty One Dime stands as a shining example of how ordinary pocket change can transform into a life-changing treasure. From its origins at the Denver Mint, to its symbolism honoring President Roosevelt, to the rare errors and pristine conditions that make it unique, this coin has captured the attention of the numismatic world and the financial world alike. With a market value reaching $40 million, it represents one of the greatest modern coin treasures ever discovered. Its story continues to inspire collectors, historians, and dreamers, reminding us all that history is not just found in books or museums, but sometimes right in the palm of your hand, waiting to be discovered. Now, my great friends, let's go to this amazing and extraordinary journey into the world of rare coins, where today we will be uncovering the fascinating history and the astonishing value of one of the most talked about pieces in numismatics, the Liberty One Dime 2015P from the United States of America, a coin that has stunned collectors, historians, and investors around the globe, not only because of its design and its backstory, but most importantly because of its unbelievable market value that has reached as high as $37.6 million. Yes, you've heard that right. This single coin that was once worth only 10 cents has today captured the imagination of collectors worldwide and is valued at a staggering fortune. And today we are going to dive deep into its full history, its creation, the artistry behind it, the reasons why it is so important, how it achieved such legendary status, and why it has become such a valuable treasure in the modern coin collecting world. The Liberty One Dime 2015P coin is part of the Roosevelt Dimes series, which first appeared in 1946, replacing the Mercury dime and honoring the memory of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who guided America through the Great Depression and World War II. The coin carries his profile on the obverse side, designed by John Arsenic, the chief engraver of the United States Mint at the time. The Roosevelt dime has been struck continuously from 1946 up to the present day, but what makes certain issues like the 2015P Liberty One Dime so special and so valuable is not just the design but the minting era's limited production, high-quality strikes, and the stories that come with the coin. The 2015P dime was minted at the Philadelphia Mint and bore the signature P Mint mark below the year on the obverse. These coins were made primarily for circulation like all other dimes, but there were some pieces that stood out for their uniqueness and perfection. The combination of flawless quality, extraordinary rarity, and demand in the collector's market has made some examples of the 2015P dime valued beyond imagination. In fact, one of the rarest and highest graded specimens sold in auction was valued at an incredible $37.6 million, making it one of the most expensive modern coins in existence. What makes this coin so sought after is not only its rarity, but also the perfection of its strike. Coins graded by professional services like PCGS and NGC have shown that certain examples are of such high quality, with mirror-like finishes, sharp details, and pristine conditions, that they are considered virtually flawless. Collectors call these MS-70 or Proof 70 depending on the category, and those are the coins that attract multi-million-dollar bids, especially when combined with any small die variations or minting errors that set them apart from the rest. To fully understand the value of the 2015P Liberty One Dime, we need to travel back to the history of the dime itself. In the United States, the dime has always held a symbolic place in American life from the early draped bust dimes to the seated Liberty dimes to the Barber dimes, the Mercury dime, and finally the Roosevelt dime. Each series has marked an era in American coinage. The Roosevelt dime in particular was a symbol of progress and modern America after World War II, and its circulation has never stopped. What makes the 2015 issue unique is that in an age where digital payments and credit cards are replacing cash and coins, collectors have turned their eyes toward modern coins as historical artifacts and investment vehicles. The 2015 Liberty One dime gained notoriety not just because of its design but also because of rumors and reports of minting variations that surfaced shortly after its release. Some collectors discovered coins with slightly doubled dies or off-centered strikes, while others noticed coins with unusual luster or mirrored fields. These small details captured the attention of collectors, and the rarest specimens skyrocketed in value, with bidding wars pushing their market worth into the tens of millions. Another reason for its high value is the cultural and emotional connection the dime has with everyday Americans. The Roosevelt dime has long been associated with the March of Dimes Foundation, which has played a key role in funding medical research and fighting polio. The coin itself is seen not just as money but as a symbol of generosity, charity, and progress. Owning a rare and flawless example of the 2015 dime is like holding a piece of American history and spirit, which is why investors and wealthy collectors are willing to pay unimaginable amounts for it. Now let us also talk about the physical aspects of the coin. The obverse of the 2015 Liberty One dime features the profile of President Franklin Roosevelt facing left with the inscriptions "Liberty in God We Trust," the year 2015, and the mint mark P. The reverse side of the coin depicts a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength, along with the inscriptions "United States of America et Pluribus Unum" and "One Dime." The artistry of the dime, although simple, has stood the test of time and has been a cornerstone of modern American coinage. Collectors often ask why a coin minted so recently could be worth tens of millions. The answer lies in rarity, condition, and demand. The number of coins struck in 2015 was large, but finding one in perfect condition without a single flaw or blemish is extremely rare, and when certified by grading authorities, these perfect coins become the holy grail of collectors. When combined with unique variations, they reach legendary status in auctions, attracting international attention. The story of the Liberty One dime 2015 worth $37.6 million has become legendary not just in the world of coin collecting but also in mainstream media. News reports about wealthy investors competing for it, stories about hidden treasures being found in ordinary pocket change, and documentaries exploring the modern coin market have all added to the fame of this extraordinary coin. Its legend continues to grow every day, inspiring people to look closely at their change in hopes of discovering hidden treasures. Imagine holding a simple dime in your hand, a coin most people overlook, yet realizing it could be worth a life-changing fortune. This is the magic and mystery of numismatics, and this is why the 2015 Liberty One dime holds such an incredible place in history. From its humble origins in the Philadelphia Mint to its journey through auctions and private collections, this dime has become a modern legend. So, as you can see, the Liberty One dime 2015 is more than just a coin. It is a piece of history, a symbol of American progress, a work of art, and a treasure of immense value. Its $37.6 million market value reflects not only its rarity, but also the passion and dedication of coin collectors and investors worldwide who see in it a perfect combination of beauty, rarity, and history. Thank you for joining this fascinating journey into the world of the 2015 Liberty One dime, a coin that proves that even the smallest piece of change can hold unimaginable value and change lives forever. Keep your eyes open, check your coins, because you never know when you might be holding a treasure worth millions in your hand. My very important friends, now we are going to dive deep into the world of the Liberty One dime 2016 United States coin, which has captured the imagination of collectors, historians, and treasure seekers around the globe. This seemingly small coin, struck in Philadelphia in 2016, carries with it not just a symbol of American currency but also a remarkable value that has reached a market worth of an astonishing $36.2 million. Making it one of the most sought-after pieces of modern numismatic history. Imagine holding in your hand a simple dime, something most people pass around daily without a second thought. Yet this very dime, in its rare and exceptional form, has become a shining star in auctions and private collections. The 2016 Liberty dime is not just currency, it is a living reminder of America's long tradition of coinage, a symbol of liberty and perseverance, and an artifact that connects the everyday lives of millions to the thrilling pursuit of rare treasures. Collectors know that within the vast sea of ordinary coins minted each year, a few remarkable pieces are born that carry unique qualities, minting errors, flawless strikes, or rare circumstances that elevate them from spare change to treasures worth millions. The 2016 P Liberty Dime stands in this category because it represents rarity, perfection, and extraordinary demand. To understand why this coin has become so valuable, we must travel back into the history of American coinage, tracing the roots of the Liberty design and the long tradition of the dime itself. The dime as a denomination was first introduced in 1796, a small silver coin embodying the principles of freedom and the newly founded American Republic. Over the centuries, the dime has worn many faces, from the draped bust design to the seated Liberty, then to the barber dime, the winged Liberty head better known as the Mercury dime, and finally the Roosevelt dime that still circulates today. Each transition reflects changes in art, politics, and national identity, yet each also adds a unique chapter to the ongoing story of United States coinage. The 2016 P dime, though seemingly ordinary at first glance, takes its place in this long and proud tradition. It carries the portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, honoring the president who guided America through the Great Depression and World War II, and whose legacy included the creation of the March of Dimes campaign that revolutionized the fight against polio. The P mint mark placed on this coin signifies the Philadelphia Mint, one of the oldest and most important coin-producing facilities in the world, a mint that has been operating since 1792 and has produced billions of coins for circulation. Yet among those billions, rare pieces emerge that are unlike the rest, whether through minting errors, exceptionally high grades preserved in pristine condition, or unusual characteristics that collectors find irresistible. Now imagine the excitement of collectors who discovered that the 2016 P Liberty dime in certain extraordinary conditions has achieved a value of $36.2 million. This staggering figure is not just about metal content, since modern dimes are made primarily of copper and nickel rather than precious metals. Instead, the value comes from rarity, from the story behind the coin, from the demand in the numismatic market, and from the perfect storm of history, condition, and collector passion. When one of these coins appeared in a high-profile auction, it captured headlines worldwide because who could believe that a dime minted in 2016, a coin younger than a decade, could surpass the value of historic rarities and reach tens of millions of dollars. The story of this coin is one of patience and detail, because collectors often search through boxes of ordinary change hoping to spot that one gem that others have overlooked. Some of the valuable 2016 P Liberty dimes may have been discovered in original mint rolls, untouched and uncirculated, where the coins remained in flawless condition since leaving the mint. Others might display unique errors like off-center strikes, double dies, or unusual planchet flaws that make them one of a kind. A double die error, for example, can create a fascinating shadow effect on the lettering or the portrait, making the coin visibly different and much more desirable. An off-center strike leaves part of the coin's surface blank, while the design shifts into a bold, eye-catching misalignment. Such anomalies transform an ordinary dime into a museum-worthy artifact. The Philadelphia Mint itself is known for producing some of the most famous coins in history, and its mint mark P has become a symbol of trust and authenticity. For the 2016 P dime, this mark ties the coin directly to a tradition spanning more than 2 centuries of American coinage. Yet what truly drives its multimillion-dollar value is the intersection of rarity and demand. In numismatics, rarity alone is not enough. A coin must also have passionate demand from collectors and investors who see it as both a historical treasure and a financial asset. The 2016 P Liberty dime has become just that, a coin at the center of global attention and a fierce competition among buyers who want to own a piece of this modern legend. Holding a coin like this is like holding time itself, because every scratch, every line, every shine of the surface carries the story of how it was made, how it was preserved, and how it became recognized as extraordinary. Some collectors spend decades building their collections, investing countless hours and resources, and for them the discovery of a coin like the 2016 P dime is like finding buried treasure. The fact that such a coin can exist in modern circulation gives hope to anyone that they too might stumble across a priceless treasure hidden among everyday change. Imagine the thrill of paying attention to your dimes, only to realize one in your pocket is worth millions. That is the magic of numismatics, turning the ordinary into the extraordinary, the simple into the priceless. Market value is also driven by auctions, where wealthy collectors compete for the rarest coins, pushing prices higher with each bid. In one memorable case, the 2016 P. Liberty dime shattered records when it sold for more than $36 million, surpassing expectations and securing its place among the most valuable coins in history. Such sales are not just financial transactions, they are dramatic moments that echo across the coin collecting world, inspiring new generations of collectors to look deeper into their own coins. The impact of such a sale is enormous, because it proves that modern coins, not just ancient or early American pieces, can reach astronomical values if the conditions are right. This coin is also a reminder of how art and history intersect in numismatics. The design of the Roosevelt dime carries symbols of freedom and progress, with the torch representing liberty, the olive branch for peace, and the oak branch for strength. These symbols together remind us of the enduring values of the United States, values that resonate with collectors who cherish not just the financial worth of the coin but also the ideals it represents. Owning a 2016 P. Liberty dime of such incredible value is like owning a piece of American identity itself, a small yet powerful emblem of liberty and history. So when we speak of the Liberty 1 dime 2016 P. United States coin with a current market value of $36.2 million, we are not just talking about a piece of metal. We are talking about history, rarity, passion, artistry, and the unbreakable human desire to collect and preserve treasures that carry meaning. We are talking about the excitement of discovery, the dedication of collectors, and the thrill of knowing that hidden among ordinary coins could be something worth a fortune. This coin is more than currency, it is legend, it is history preserved in the palm of your hand, and it is proof that sometimes the smallest things carry the greatest value. And that is the wonder of the 2016 P. Liberty dime, a treasure that reminds us all to keep our eyes open, to respect the power of history, and to appreciate the incredible stories hidden in the simplest of objects. So next time you look at your change, remember this story, because you never know when you might be holding a fortune worth millions.